Hello world, I'm Dedelian, and welcome back to Minecraft Dungeons. Now, I am using FaceRig, and if you've noticed something, the FaceRig model on the video is not matching up with my voice. And the reason for that is because my fucking input device got changed. Let me explain to you what happened. So, yesterday, I was browsing YouTube, just watching some videos, and I see this ad that pops up called for this software called Voicemod, and I was like, hey, this Voicemod thing looks pretty cool. Maybe I'll give it a try. So I download it, and I don't bother using it. I just have it installed, and then that's kind of it for yesterday. And then today I come back to play some Minecraft Dungeons and record, and it turns out, and I did not realize this until after I had finished recording, the freaking Voicemod thing changed my default input device. So there was no audio in the recording. I mean, there was a game audio, but there was no microphone audio. So instead, what I've opted to do is I am just gonna watch my own video without the voice, and I'm just gonna come up with just random stuff to commentate, just to overlay this microphone audio, this commentary onto the video. I don't know. I can't think of anything else better to do. Again, I think I said this in a previous video where I also had microphone troubles. I don't really want to waste these clips because the point of this Minecraft Dungeons offline series was that everything I did in the game was going to be recorded so that you could follow every step of this journey. So yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't want to waste this. Here, I remember saying like how difficult of a time I had in this part. Like in the previous video when I tried this dungeon, there was just like a few zombies and skeletons here. Why are there so many freaking crossbow guys here? Plus an enchanter. Like I can't even get close to the enchanter because of how many crossbows there are. But eventually, I do manage to get past this part without losing any lives, or rather wasting any revives. So. It turns out fine, I guess. Thank God for the amulet of defense or whatever it's called, because honestly, it saves my butt so many times in this video. But yeah, what else is there to talk about? I guess I'm not gonna just commentate on the video, since I don't know. I feel like frankly, when I record these sort of videos, I just say whatever comes to my mind for my commentary. And since I really cannot multitask, I often end up just talking about what I'm doing in the video, or just making weird sound effects or whatever. But to be honest, the kind of commentary that I would like to make is just commentary where I'm talking not about stuff in the game, unless there's actually something exciting going on in the game, but just about like something else. I don't know, like what I've been doing in my life, or maybe what I've been reading. Or anything like that. I'm not really sure. So to that, but yeah. Now that since I'm commentating without actually playing any games right now, I feel like this is a good time for me to be able to do that, because yeah, like I said before, I'm not really able to multitask. So I'm either focusing on talking about something that's not related to the game, or I'm focused on the game and I'm just letting my voice do whatever. Holy Christ! I almost died here. But anyway, so what can I talk about? I have no script, by the way, so I'm just winging this. I'm too lazy to make a script. You have to excuse me. What can I talk about here? So I don't know. What about something that I've been thinking about getting into? So I kind of for a while now I've actually kind of wanted to get into archery. I remember way back when I started university, I actually wanted to join the fencing club, but I was just too lazy to, and I just never ended up joining any clubs at all. The first club I joined at my university was actually the anime club, and that's actually where I met my girlfriend. Yeah, there's a long story behind that, and that's not the point that I want to get at, I guess. And then after the anime club, I ended up I ended up watching this anime called Scorching Ping Pong Girls. It is very weebish of an anime, but it got me into table tennis. And then after watching Scorching Anime Girls, I watched an anime called Ping Pong the Animation. And also, I would just like to pause my story for a moment to comment on. Did anyone see that jug explode? Those emeralds went exploding, like flying out with the force of a nuclear bomb. Like, holy Christ. I did not realize that when I was recording the video. But anyway, what can I say about table tennis? So I ended up watching an anime called Scorching Ping Pong Girls, and then after that I ended up watching an anime called Ping Pong the Animation, which was recommended to me in a Discord server dedicated to an anime called A Certain Scientific Railgun. I mentioned that I liked I had gotten interested in table tennis, and then someone else told me, hey, you might like this anime, Ping Pong the Animation. Ping Pong the Animation, at first I wasn't sure if I really liked it, because the animation style was really weird, and also the animation design, like the design of the anime felt kind of bizarre to me. But I eventually grew to like really like it, and to be honest, to this day, if someone had to ask me what my favorite anime was, it would be I couldn't really say. It would either have to be A Certain Scientific Railgun or Ping Pong the Animation. And to be honest, I would probably have to say Ping Pong the Animation. I have watched that anime so many times, way more than I've rewatched Railgun. So yeah, suffice to say, maybe it's not too much of a stretch to say that Ping Pong the Animation was and is still my favorite anime. I have the whole anime saved on my phone, which is, yeah, I don't know. Where did I get the anime? For possibly legal reasons, I'm not gonna say. But anyway, okay. So yeah, I don't know. I got into. I eventually I took a few lessons on table tennis, and then I thought to myself, hey, you know what? Like, I'm in the anime club. Maybe there's a club at my university for table tennis, and sure enough, there was. And it turns out, like, I don't know, I guess I was quite dedicated. Eventually the president of the club invited me to stand in as, I don't even remember what position I was. Someone quit or something. They had like a vacant position anyway, and I eventually joined the executive team of the club. And then I'm still the executive team of the club, except now I have a different position, and I don't remember what my position is, but you know what? It's whatever. I completely forgot. I was going on a tangent. I completely forgot what I was talking about. Let me grab a tissue too. I was gonna say something about... Shoot! I completely forgot. I was talking about anime, and then where did that talk about anime go? I forgot, to be honest. Oh, right. No. Now I remember. I was gonna tie this back to, I went on this huge rant because of talking about how I wanted to initially join the fencing club. In the end, though, I never did join the fencing club, and later on, I thought to myself, well, hey, if I'm not gonna do fencing, what about trying out something like archery? And so I was like, okay, well, first of all, like, the problem with fencing and the problem with table tennis, the problem with fencing is, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can practice by yourself, but it's not the same as when you're actually like practicing with someone else, against someone else. And the same thing with table tennis. Like, I can drop the ball and practice my loops, but it's really not the same thing when I'm like either like rallying with someone, or when I'm like actually like playing in a match, and the opponent is actively trying to make sure I cannot loop. But the thing with archery, the thing that really got me interested in archery was I did a bit of research on archery, and it turns out I found this tool called the AccuBow, and it's marketed as this sort of gimmick that allows you to practice archery at home. So I don't need to go to a. So okay, so the first thing with archery is it's like a sport that you do by yourself. Like regardless of whether you're like regardless of whether you're like competing with someone else or whether you're just shooting by yourself, nothing changes, right? Um, um, and what really got me even more interested in archery was, yeah, just what I mentioned, the AccuBow. This idea that, hey, you don't need you don't need a lot of room and to practice archery at home. You can literally just download an app on your phone, attach your phone to this mock bow, and then just kind of practice at home, virtual archery. I can practice my form. And then hopefully I can find someone to give me lessons. Maybe I could take lessons for maybe 2 or 3 months. If I want to continue lessons after that, that could be an option. And then yeah, I don't know. I could just practice at home, and then when I have the time and money, maybe I could buy myself a real bow. Go to some archery ranges when I have the chance, and just practice real archery there, right? But when I'm not practicing real archery, whoa, sorry, I burped there for a minute. Interesting. Why am I burping? I haven't really been eating anything other than dried mangoes. But whatever. All I wanted to say was just that, yeah, like when I'm playing archery, when I don't have the time to go to an archery range with a real bow, then I could just practice at home. And also my one problem is my mother has always been commenting on this ever since I was a teenager, I think. But I sit a lot, and the fact that I'm a computer science major doesn't make this any better. I'm always just in front of my laptop a lot, and it's really difficult for me to sit with a straight back. Like, there's something about sitting that makes me really just want to like arc my back. It's so much easier to arc my back than sitting up straight. It feels like I'm really stretching my like back muscles just to sit up straight. And my mother has always been commenting about, oh, Oliver, you need to like work on your back muscles, like you need to sit up straighter. And when I started playing table tennis, my mother actually noticed, or claimed to have noticed that like like my back is a lot more straight. And she hypothesized that, yeah, it was probably because when I was playing table tennis, I was using my back muscles a lot more, and so they became a little more developed, and it caused my back to be a little more straighter. And yeah, so I was thinking to myself also, when you're shooting a bow, apparently you, although it looks like you're using your arms, you don't really use your arm muscles all that much. And I'm like pretending to shoot like a bow as I'm talking here, as if I would actually know how a bow would really feel like in my hands. I mean, I've gone like archery once, and that was like all the way back in junior high school, back on some field trip, and I'm pretty sure no one there in my class really knew how to shoot a bow. I knew nothing about anchors or anything. Lately, I've been watching a lot of videos from this one channel called New Sensei. He makes a lot of videos on archery, and I've been like trying to collect some tips before my AccuBow comes, because I actually did buy an AccuBow. And why didn't I buy an AccuBow any sooner was because I was kind of on the edge about whether I really wanted to do archery or not. Frankly, sports in general are expensive. If you're gonna do like what I'm gonna call quote unquote like competitive table tennis as opposed to just casual table tennis that you would play like at the office or something, like if you want to play casual table tennis, the equipment is really not all that expensive. You can get a racket for $20, but you want to know how much my racket costs? My racket cost me something like a little more than $100 for a little wooden racket, and like that's on the cheap end, to be honest. I kind of had my eyes on a new racket, since I don't know. I feel like my current racket's a bit too slow. I've got like a Butterfly X-Star 5 or whatever, 4 or 5 or whatever the number is. Except Butterfly X-Store, the Butterfly X-Store blade is kind of out of production now, I think. So, and anyway, it was a bit too slow for me to begin with. So I was thinking of bumping up my blade to something a bit faster. But while I was bumping, I was thinking to myself too, if I want to bump up my blade to something faster, I might as well just change my rubbers as well. Before I was using Butterfly Saphira on both sides of my racket, and did my coach like that? No, my coach hated it. But you know what? I kind of didn't listen to him, and I felt like I really should have. But whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking of switching to something different. Like I could maybe get some. I could maybe for my backhand use not a butterfly rubber, but maybe DHS rubber. And then I don't know, on my forehand side, I could stick with butterfly rubber, but maybe go with something that is a little bit faster and is a little more grippy, I guess. I don't know. But that racket, it was gonna cost me something like $200 or something, so I've been kind of holding off, you know. Money, I mean, I've got the money, but I really should not just be spending money willy-nilly. I guess that was kind of my same reason for not getting into archery any sooner. I was just kind of thinking to myself, AccuBow will cost like over $100, and then if I want to get into real archery, I need to go buy myself like a recurve or compound bow, and how expensive is that gonna be? And then I need to go. I would, if I'm really gonna dedicate myself to archery that much, I would really actually like to get some professional guidance. Just cause I don't know. I feel like an actual coach who's teaching me in person can point out some mistakes that I am doing, even though I think I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean, but I know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know. Also, another reason why I didn't get the AccuBow any sooner than I did is because I later learned out that the creators of AccuBow were actually creating a new version of the AccuBow, AccuBow 2.0. And I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna buy an AccuBow, I might as well just wait until the AccuBow 2.0 comes out. And sure enough, it's come out already, so I decided to buy myself one. I bought myself one how many days ago? Like 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago. It just shipped today, and it's projected to arrive on Friday, 2 days from now. Though this video will probably not be coming out, will not be published the day that I am recording it, because that's just how I roll. That reminds me of something else that I've been thinking to myself, which is school is starting up for me. I'm back to university courses September 1st, I think. Let me check. I'm pretty sure it's September 1st. No, it's August 31st. Is it September 1st or August 31st? I don't know. Because August 31st is Monday, but September 1st is the start of September, but it is a Tuesday. I would actually need to double check. Yeah. So I was thinking to myself, you know what, I'm probably going to need to spend a lot more time on my courses. So in this last week, I should probably try and record just as many videos as I can and just get them out as and just like schedule them all, schedule the videos in advance to be released once per day. And then that way, hopefully, you know, every once in a while when I have some free time, I can just like record a bunch of videos, pile them all up, schedule them to be released once per day, and then that way I'll be able to keep this consistent schedule of releasing videos once a day, I guess. At least once a day. My nose is running again. And this is something that I think I mentioned somewhere around this point in this video. Whenever I commentate, my nose always gets so runny, and I have no idea why. Honestly, it beats me. Frankly, I don't know if I should be saying this, but maybe I wonder if it could be the case that it's because I'm recording without any clothes on. I mean, I have underwear on, but I have nothing else on, which is, I don't know if that's too much information, but I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave that note in that in this commentary. I wonder if it's because I'm cold, and that's why my nose is getting a little sniffy. I mean, I don't feel cold, and to be honest, like, why do I have to wear clothes? To be honest, because like I don't even use my webcam. When I do use my webcam, I'm using FaceRig, and then I'm using FaceRig, yeah. So, I think that's also something I talked about in the video. In this video, something about how I'm really glad I bought. I'm really surprised at just how powerful this laptop that I'm playing video games on is, because I'm using FaceRig with a green screen, and then I'm using XSplit VCam to get rid of the green screen, and then on top of that, I'm using XSplit Gamecaster to record my gameplay, plus the XSplit VCam, and then on top of that, I'm playing video games. And the video games that I'm playing are not set to low graphics either. And yet I'm still getting like at least 60 FPS, which is really nice compared to my old laptop, which didn't even have a dedicated GPU. It had like an Intel integrated GPU, and then that was it. Yeah, which is, I don't know, I guess that's pretty nice. But my old laptop could play games, but like it could play like Minecraft Dungeons and maybe the frame rate of anime, and I definitely could not record on that laptop. But the main thing that made me not like my old laptop was the W key broke. And what I mean by that is, whenever I would play a video game, I would hold down the W key, and then I would release the W key, and my character would still move forward. And this kept getting me killed in like games like Team Fortress 2, and I was really mad. And I did a bunch of research to try and figure out how to resolve this problem, but no matter what I tried, the W key was just not working. And I was thinking about bringing that laptop to like some sort of laptop mechanic to see if they could get it fixed. But in the end, I was just thinking to myself, you know what? Why don't I just buy a new laptop? I kind of wanted to. Back when I was in like middle school, or here in Canada we call it junior high school. I had made a YouTube channel where I just did gaming videos, and I kind of wanted to do that again. But with that old laptop, I definitely could not do that, because again, like I just said, I could only play Minecraft Dungeons at the frame rate of anime. Imagine trying to record Minecraft Dungeons. Just forget about it. Right, which I don't know. It's whatever, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. What I was talking about in this video, which unfortunately again did not actually get recorded, was that the laptop that I currently have, it was actually originally not the laptop I had intended to buy. I actually had my eye on a laptop that was much cheaper. And I think that laptop still had a dedicated GPU. It was an NVIDIA, not RTX, like GTX. What number? I don't remember, but it was like one of the lower numbers. 1080. I don't really remember, to be honest. But anyway, I had my eyes on a laptop like that. And then last minute, before my birthday, I decided to buy the laptop that I currently have. The reason being because this laptop that I currently have has 1 terabyte. It has a 1 terabyte SSD. The laptop I had my eyes on before only had a 512 gigabyte SSD. And 512, I don't know if that is really enough storage for it's enough storage, because my old laptop had a 1 terabyte hard drive, and I basically was using half of it. And I'm really glad I did go with this laptop with its 1 terabyte, SSD because, oh boy, I did not realize just how many gigabytes like raw recordings take up. And then forget the raw recordings. Lately I've been editing these raw recordings too, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I would have had enough space if I had bought a laptop that only had a 512 SSD. But there are a lot of. But this laptop also has a much more powerful graphics card. It has an NVIDIA RTX. What is it, like 2080 or something? 2060? I don't really remember. Something like that. But anyway, it's RTX. And I don't know. To my understanding, RTX, the RTX line of processors is much more powerful than the GTX line. At least that's how I understand it. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But anyway, I guess, yeah. What else can I talk about? How much longer is this video? It's like six more videos. Yeah, 6 more videos. 6 more minutes is what I meant to say. So what else can I talk about? About this laptop? Anything about this laptop? Not really. Maybe what I can talk about is, in these last 6 minutes, just, I don't know, some books that I've been reading. Why not? What books have I been reading? I think I might have mentioned this in a previous video, but I've been, after finishing up a book called Proofs and Reputations, I had started reading a book called Method and Appraisal in the Physical Sciences. More specifically, I didn't really read the whole book. That book was really a collection of essays, and I was just interested in just a few of those essays. And I don't know, there was some interesting history. I read the introductory essay by Lakatos talking about his ideas about the rationality of science, and then I read the critique by Feyerabend, which was the last chapter, which was on how some problems with Lakatos's theories on scientific rationalism. And then I read two other of the papers. One was on the history of optics, and then the other one was on the history of chemistry. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to bore you guys with that sort of book. It's pretty interesting to me, but frankly, I don't even remember everything they talk about in that book anymore. I would have to go back and double check. But I've been reading some other things recently. Recently I've been reading some book titled what? Let me check my phone. I'm pretty sure I have it saved on my phone. Not Proofs and Refutations, that's for sure. I have been reading a book titled... Damn. How do I not remember the books that I'm reading? I was reading a paper titled Circular and Question-Begging Responses to Religious Disagreement and Debunking Arguments. I found that essay quite a bit boring, so I ended up finding another paper titled The Demise of the Demarcation Problem. And I'm not really sure if how many people know about the demarcation problem, but basically I think a lot of people have this idea that science is different from other modes of thinking because it has it has a unique claim to truth generation, or it has a unique method or something like that. And it turns out actually that not really. Philosophers of science have been trying for probably thousands of years to come up with to come up with an explanation for what differentiates science from other modes of thinking. And the modern answer is we just freaking don't know. No one can agree with each other. Every single time in the history of the philosophy of science, every single time someone has tried to suggest what makes science unique, someone else finds a problem with that. Like some period in science that we want to say is scientific, but which by that criteria would not be scientific, or alternatively something which we would not want to consider scientific, such as magical practices, which would be considered scientific according to that criteria. Frankly, I find the demarcation problem quite boring. What I find really interesting is the demarcation between fact and opinion. And what's really interesting is that this paper, titled "The Demise of the Demarcation Problem," basically gives you a history of the demarcation problem. And the very first demarcation, the very first criteria, which was proposed by Aristotle to differentiate science from other modes of meaning, was that science deals with facts and everything else deals with opinions. And this sort of idea was held to be true for over 1,000 years, but in the last couple hundreds of years, maybe not even in the last couple hundreds of years, maybe even starting in the 1900s, this kind of idea was challenged, and now no one seems to really believe this anymore, which is a problem. But we are out of time. There's only like 30 seconds left, so I think I'll wrap up my talk here. And so with that being said, if you liked the video, please leave a like and please subscribe. And with that being said, farewell.